This show is for women who train harder, think bigger, and live bolder. Here, we don't level up. We set the standard. Strength, strategy, success. I'm Katie Fleece. Welcome to The Smoke Show. All right, today we are talking all things beauty again, as you know, one of my favorite topics. But here's what I've learned. Looking put together isn't necessarily about having a lot of time. It's about having strategy. So today I'm sharing some real life beauty shortcuts that work for me as a busy mom of teenagers living that life. All right. We're always on the go. These aren't some like crazy Instagram influencers, crazy tips. All right. These are just what I personally do. So I'm going to walk you through just a couple, like I said, a couple little shortcuts that I have found to be super, super helpful. So if you are like me and don't have a lot of time on your hands, but you still want to go out of the house and not look like you rolled out of a dumpster, these are quick little tips that really help. All right. So first, let's start with makeup, okay? If you have like 2 minutes, you're like rushing out the door to go wherever. You've got like 2 to 5 minutes, maybe max, and you need to put on something. I personally think there's about 3 or 4 things that you need to focus on, okay, as far as makeup goes. Number 1 is a tinted moisturizer, okay? You don't need, and I'm talking like something you can put on with your fingers, not some like crazy foundation, highlighter, contour routine. Just a simple tinted moisturizer that's gonna keep your skin glowy, maybe adds a little color to that skin, okay? So again, something, it's just like lotion you can put on your face. The other thing is eyebrows. I'm telling you, never underestimate the power of a good eyebrow, all right? Eyebrows like frame your face. You could even throw in like a quick little under eye concealer, and I'm gonna walk you through, or I'll tell you what I personally use. You can take it or leave it, and you can throw on some lip gloss. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just little tiny things can make a really big difference. Okay, so let's start with the eyebrows. Eyebrows. Keep them groomed, okay? Don't be growing no unibrow. And I can say that with confidence because I actually would have a unibrow if I did not keep my eyebrows groomed. So get them waxed, pluck them, whatever you got to do. Some people will dermaplane them. I don't know that I necessarily recommend that because I feel like when they grow back, it looks a little funky and they grow back faster. But whatever, make them look shapely. Okay. You could even do there's things like you could invest in microblading. There's like eyebrow shading. You could do brow lamination, which, oh my gosh. So I actually did that. This was back in the wintertime. And this has never, ever happened to me before. But I got my brows laminated. And about a week later, my right eyebrow, if you're watching this on YouTube, like that's all you're going to pay attention to now, but there's nothing to look at now because I can cover it up really good. But my my right eyebrow literally was going bald. And so I like messaged the lady that did them and I'm like, oh my gosh, like ever since I got them laminated, like my eyebrow hair is falling out, but only on one side. So that was cute. And she's like, oh my gosh, like the only thing it could be is that we just overprocessed you. And I'm like, oh, good to know. So having said that, I've not got them laminated since. I actually am still a fan, but just make sure they don't overprocess them. By the way, there's nothing that an old brow peptide could not fix. So luckily they grew back and I could always cover them up with makeup, but it was like that for it took a good like 6 to 8 weeks, I would say, for me to feel like that eyebrow was back to normal. So that was cute. But get a good brow gel. Fill them in. Like if you feel like your eyebrow's a little sparse, if you live in the overplucking era like I did where it's like we would pluck them and they would start here. Like I swear I'm still paying for that. Again, brow peptide, great. But yeah, brow gel and fill them in. I personally like to use Makeup by Mario. Again, not affiliated, but That's what I like. That's what I like to use. Okay, so concealer. So basically the whole point of concealer just under your eyes is to brighten them up, to make you look like you're awake. There's a couple brands that I like. Number one is Saint. I never know how to say it. Saint or Seint. I don't know. I've heard it pronounced both ways, but it's Seint. Again, not an affiliate, but I do love it. It's cream makeup, and I literally just pat it with my fingers and go up. The other brand that I really like is Shape Tape. Who is that by? I think it's by Tarte. I think. I could be totally wrong. But if you Google Shape Tape, or you've probably heard of it, you've probably seen it in Sephora or Ulta, but it's another really great brand. You don't want to like cake it on. Just a little bit goes a long way. If it blends, it extends. So you can always add more, but it's harder to take it away. So again, less is more. Start patting it into the skin and then go from there, okay? You could also do it like around your nostrils. Like if you have really bad allergies like I do, it's allergy season. You could even go like around your nostrils or wherever you have like any redness that stands out. Again, I'm a big fan of just using the finger. Good old fashioned finger method. Same thing, like I said, with the tinted moisturizer. Just use it with your hands. Apply it like a moisturizer. All right, moving on to lips. So get a good gloss. I personally like... I like to do just like a little bit of liner and a clear gloss, but you could absolutely use a tinted gloss. So I've got a really pretty pink one that's just like very lightly pink. It still looks very, very natural. But I do like to use a lip liner because, again, it accentuates my lips. It looks like I'm more put together than I really actually am, okay? It looks like I spent way more time on myself than I did. When I'm choosing a lip liner, I like to choose a shade, whether it's like browns or in the pinks or in the reds or mauves or whatever. I like to do about 1 or 2 shades darker than my natural lip color. Again, if that's not your jam, that's fine. If you're like, you know what, I'm one of those bitches that loves the bright red lipstick, girl, go for it. It's not me, but if that's your thing, I mean, I'm a fan of the red lip, just not on me. Okay, here's another hack, hair. And I've learned most of these tips from my daughter, my teenage daughter. Hey, it's Katie Fleece, head of the female division of Superhuman and your host here on Smoke Show. Listen, if you've been waiting for a sign to go after your strongest, fittest, hottest body, this is it. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need anyone else's permission. It's time to claim the body and the life you deserve. Go to smokeshowbody.com and take the first step toward building the ultimate version of you. Now back to the show. Dry shampoo, putting dry shampoo, that is like my best friend. Because I wash my hair once a week. I actually have a membership at the Dry Bar. It's just like, if you're not familiar with what that is, it's literally like you go in, you get your hair washed, and they blow dry it. I've got extensions. So that is a lot of freaking maintenance, and I am the worst at drying my hair. I don't know if it's a patience thing, which I don't really have any, or what, but having that once a week wash, because that's another thing that I do is I get my hair done, but I take my laptop and I work while they're drying my hair. But never underestimate, like I just said with your brows, but never underestimate the power of a good dry shampoo. I like to put it on my roots before I go to bed, because if you use one, you may notice like residue, like white residue. It almost looks like you're gray. But if you do it before bed, then it all it all goes away by the time you wake up in the morning. And here's another hack, okay? I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but what I am going to say is just YouTube it, okay? Google that shit. You can find anything on Google. But legging curls. Okay, so you take a pair of leggings or socks, and I'm not a pro, but it's like literally you braid your hair into the sock or the leggings, whatever you decide to use. And then you just like put a scrunchie at the end. And then when you wake up in the morning, you take them out, you brush them out, and voila, you literally have the most beautiful curls. It may take a couple times to get used to, but if you're like me and you have really long hair, that is number one, it's great because your hair doesn't like get crazy tangled in the middle of the night because it's all braided in. And number two, you can literally take them out and it looks like you spent 45 minutes on your hair when really you just had a pair of leggings in your hair. Okay. It's pretty cool. So that's it. That's it on hair. But let's move on to clothes. So I love to look cute when we go to church, when we go on date nights, whatever. But the majority of the time, I'm usually in my sweatpants. Okay, so if you're a sweatpant wearing lover like I am, I still think there's a way that you can almost make it look like, you know, classy sweatpants, if you will. So I'm a huge fan of black on black. I love black on black. I don't know what it is about black on black sweatpants, like not, you know, like a purple sweatshirt and gray sweatpants. To me, if you're doing all black, it just looks a little bit more classy. So again, that's my opinion. Don't come at me. I also love to match brands. So you will never find me wearing like a Nike sweatshirt and Adidas sweatpants or a Lululemon sweatshirt and Aloe sweatpants. Like so if I'm going to buy a sweatshirt from, let's just say, Aloe, I usually will buy the matching sweatpants because I know that if I'm going to wear them together, the brands, they got to match. They got to match. That is one of my rules. Pro tip, you can even tuck your sweatshirt in. So you know what I'm talking about. It's like the messy tucked in look where you tuck the front of your sweatshirt into your pants, but like leave the rest hanging out. I'm telling you, it takes it up a notch, all right? It takes those sweatpants up another, maybe not a whole level, but at least a half a level, okay? Clean tennis shoes, like come on. Don't wear the tennis shoes that you mow the grass in. Like just keep a clean pair of tennis shoes. I personally love the Nike Air Max. I don't know how many pairs of those I have, but I love them. And they look really, really cute with my sweatpants outfits. All right. Other quick little accessories that I do, again, think level up that appearance without trying too hard is number one, sunglasses. Invest in a really good pair of sunglasses. And when I say invest, like I don't necessarily mean like spend $1,000 on a pair of sunglasses, but find a pair of sunglasses that you feel like really bougie in. For me, I actually have a pair of sunglasses from Diff, D-I-F-F, and I am telling you, every time I wear them out, every time I post a video with them on or film an ad in them, it never fails. Like that is everybody's question is, oh my God, where did you get your sunglasses? And they were probably like $100 or something. Like they aren't like this crazy, like Tom Ford's or anything. Like they're just like these sunglasses. So what I did is I ended up buying 2 more pairs. So I have 3 pair of the same sunglasses just because they are my absolute favorite. And, you know, ADHD, if I ever misplace them, I've got 2 backup pair. Okay. So even just like if you're going to a ball game and again, you got 5 minutes, throw on a pair of sunglasses. Nobody's going to notice the bags under your eyes and you're going to look fabulous. And then I always like to pair my outfit with a cute bag. I don't care if you are wearing sweats. If you've got a bag that you just love and you're carrying it with your sweatpants on, again, elevates the outfit. I'm telling you. So there's 2 bags, really 2 go-to bags that I do this with. And again, most of the time it's to a baseball game or to a football game or to a cheer competition where I want to be comfy. I'm going to be running around. I'm going to be sitting in the stands. Like I don't want to be too over the top bougie, but you know. So there's 2 kinds of bags that I carry. One is a Louis. I love my Louis. It's one that I got in Italy. I've never seen this type of bag before. I couldn't tell you the style of it because I honestly don't know. I just saw it and I got it because I loved it. The other one though is an Amazon bag. And I get more compliments on this bag. It's a super fun metallic bag. It looks like a little like a sporty mom bag. And I don't even know. It was like $29 on the old Amazon. So again, it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Just find one that you love that will go with, like it could go with a cute outfit that you actually put effort into, but it can also go with a pair of sweatpants and look just as fabulous. All right, so before I wrap this up, first of all, I hope you took some little nuggets away. Again, you don't have to spend an hour getting ready to look or feel cute, all right? But if you are like me and you feel like you're constantly rushing out the door, whether it's to take the kids to school or to practice or to a Saturday morning ball game or whatever, here's what I would say. Prep ahead. I have to remove the decision fatigue, all right? So what I do, and this is every morning, this doesn't matter if I'm going to be in a rush or if I'm not going to be in a rush. I always lay out everything that I need. So typically in the mornings, I'll go to the gym. And so every single night, I lay out my workout clothes, I lay out my shoes, and that's it. So when I get up, I literally just put it on. You could do the same thing, even if it's not a workout that you're getting in, but lay everything out the night before, so you don't, feel as rushed as you actually may be. Like I said, you can prep your hair the night before. So when you do wake up in the morning, you don't have to, go on day 8 of your messy bun. So you could sleep in your dry shampoo, do your leggings curls. You could braid it even at night. If you have long hair, braid your hair. It's going to look better when you wake up in the morning. And again, I do this because it requires minimal attention. And you know how it is. It's like just chaos sometimes, pure chaos. And you're like, dude, I haven't even had my cup of coffee yet. Like, I don't have the mental capacity to get ready. So I would definitely suggest prepping ahead prior to the day. All right. So again, there's some of my favorite beauty shortcuts. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to overcomplicate it to look like a total smoke show. All right. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Stay strong, stay strategic, stay unapologetic. This is Smoke Show.